Kai opened his eyes, and a strange feeling came from his heart. The entire shadowed star seems to have become part of his body. He can feel any piece of land on the shadowed star as he wants, can detect the richness and barrenness of this cultivation star, and discover the people, life, old age, sickness and death of the living creatures on this cultivation star. If he wants, he can easily reach any place on the shadowed star without any restrictions. If he wants, he can make the sky and the earth fall, landslides and tsunami in a single thought. He gently clenched his fist, and the spiritual energy in the whole world was slightly shaken, and a thundering sound came out from the void. At this moment, hundreds of millions of creatures on Shadowed Star were shocked, looking up, not knowing what happened. The entire Shadowed Star also experienced a subtle change at the moment when Yang Kai became the Star Master. This change is unclear, and only a few strong people can feel it, and most others are unaware of it. From now on, Shadowed Star will be closely related to Yang Kai, and as Yang Kai's cultivation level improves, the life of the entire Shadowed Star will become more and more radiant. Yang Kai looked inside his body and found that there was a small sphere in the dantian that looked like a shadowed star that had shrunk hundreds of millions of times. It was placed there, spinning at a subtle speed. The power of the star source. If you want to become a star master of the cultivation star, you must refine the star source of the cultivation star, and what Yang Yan has penetrated into his body before is undoubtedly the star source of the shadowed star. The shadowed star that shrank countless times, in every rotation. They will feed back some magical and subtle powers to nourish Yang Kai's body, and at the same time, they will also draw on Yang Kai's power to strengthen themselves. This is a mutually beneficial process. While Yang Kai was excited and happy, there was also a hint of suspiciousness on his face. Has he become the Star Master of Shadowed Star? Has he become the master of this land? He couldn't help feeling an unreal feeling. The little senior sister could become the Star Master of the Tongxuan Continent because of luck. The Tongxuan Continent soil was barren, like a dying old man, struggling to death. That's why the star source in Tongxuan Continent would seek Sha Ningxiang on its own initiative and let her refine it. But the shadowed star is different. Even if there is the suppression of the laws of heaven and earth, the martial artist cannot understand the mystery of the Void King realm, but it is a vibrant cultivation star. If Tongxuan Continent is a dying old man, the shadowed star is a young man full of energy. Want to refine the star source of such a cultivation star? It is impossible to refine without the Void King realm cultivation level, and it must be the third order Void King realm. Like Luo Hai, the second order Void King realm became the Star Master. Looking at the entire star territory, this is the only one. As if understanding Yang Kai's suspicion, Yang Yan's voice was transmitted to the consciousness. See, the star source of the shadowed star has been held by me for tens of thousands of years. Now it has the opportunity to be out of my control. Do you think it will not cooperate obediently? Yang Kai was stunned. Yang Yan giggled. Don't worry, its temper has been smoothed out long ago. It was not so docile back then, so it provoked me to imprison it. Yang Kai smiled bitterly, and then he understood the reason. Anyone who has been imprisoned for tens of thousands of years will lose the temper. Although the star source of the star does not have its own wisdom, it also knows that it cannot resist Yang Yan. The position of the Star Master came so easy and simple, Yang Kai still couldn't adapt. With a move in his heart, Yang Kai expanded his spiritual mind, and the tidal wave of spiritual mind spread like a spider web in all directions. After a short while, it covered most of the shadowed star. Yang Kai noticed many movements of the battle, as if he had seen it with his own eyes. However, the power of the divine soul in the consciousness sea and its terrifying speed are decreasing. After Yang Kai withdrew his divine consciousness, he suddenly discovered that his consciousness sea had decreased by 1/3 in just 5 breaths of time. This means that he can only monitor the shadowed star with 15 breaths of effort, or the consciousness sea will be completely dried up, and he will not be able to fully monitor it. After the calculation, Xianxia couldn't help being stunned. Although he only had the cultivation level of the third order void return stage, the power of his divine soul was comparable to the Void King realm, and there were such treasures as the colorful mild soul lotus in him. Under normal circumstances, the consciousness sea cannot be dried up. It seems that even if he become a star master, he still can't act as he like without the corresponding strength. But this is enough for now. I'll deal with some minor troubles, and I'll see you later. Yang Kai said. Before Yang Yan could reply, suddenly his figure shook and disappeared. Somewhere more than 100,000 miles away from High Heaven Sect, a group of corpse spirit religion disciples were fighting back fiercely, and a group of human race cultivators struggled to resist. Ever since the High Heaven Sect and Shadow Moon Palace jointly issued a call, the entire Shadowed Star has set off an upsurge against the corpse spirit religion. Under the leadership of Yi Xin and Qian Tong, the corpse spirit religion army has lost ground, and the corpse spirit race people have suffered numerous death and injuries. Those cultivators who have lost their homes and sect foundations spontaneously gathered together to launch an attack on the corpse spirit religion that occupied their sect and foundation. Under the premise that there is no corpse cave to transform the clansmen, the corpse spirit race will be one less after they die, and there is no fresh blood to replenish. In addition, it is rumored that the leader is dead and all the senior officials in the corpse spirit religion have been slaughtered, and has little resistance. Human race cultivators are like smashing the rotten wood, blooming in all directions, and throw away their helmets and armors to kill the corpse spirit religion army. More than 80% of the sects have recovered their lost ground. They are steadily fighting. On the one hand, they had enough manpower in the main headquarter to prevent the corpse spirit religion from counterattacking. They are really too scared of the corpse spirit religion, knowing that if the corpse spirit religion is not completely annihilated this time, there will always be a resurgence of this weird race in the future. Most families and sects have exhausted their strength and are about to smash the corpse spirit religion down to the last person. Today, Shadowed Star and its ordinary scene are staged in this place, the remnants of the corpse spirit religion lurking here, inadvertently discovered by people, causing thousands of human race cultivators to fly over and besiege them. Although the number of corpse spirit races here is less than 1,000, the trapped beasts are still fighting, and it is still extremely difficult. What's more, the corpse spirit races are transformed from dead people. They are almost not afraid of pain. It is difficult to kill, unless the corpse bead is destroyed. The human race cultivator is not the opponent of the corpse spirit race under the premise of the same cultivation level. Thousands of people surrounded the corpse spirit race in a small valley, but they did not dare to launch a fierce attack. They could only selectively remove the corpse spirit race outside, weakening their strength step by step slowly. The corpse spirit race obviously also discovered the enemy's intention. How could they be willing to wait and die? Organized a few waves of violent breakouts. Although they suffered a lot of casualties, it also took the lives of many human race cultivators. The two sides were in a stalemate for a while, and the corpse spirit race were at the end of the road, and each one was fierce and unusual, but the human race cultivators were scrupulous and restrained. Just when the strong people on the human race side didn't know what to do, a young man suddenly appeared in midair strangely. He came so suddenly, there was no sign at all, and when everyone discovered his existence, he was already standing in the air. The young man glanced at the valley below, then raised a palm and gently patted it down. The movements are very random, seeming to be slapping mosquitoes and flies. But under this palm, the spiritual energy between the heaven and the earth madly converged, and gathered under his palm into a huge palm print that could cover the entire valley. The palm prints cover the sky and the ground, and are photographed in a thunderous manner. Boom! The earth shook abruptly, and the thousands of cultivators of the human race could hardly hold their feet. At the next moment, everyone face-changed their colors in amazement. They clearly saw that under the slap of the giant palm of the spiritual energy, the nearly 1,000 corpse spirit races who had caused them headaches, no matter the cultivation level, regardless their strength, they were all printed as a flesh meat on the ground. 99% of them died in an instant. Only a few lucky people were not affected, but they were pale, standing tremblingly on the spot, looking up in horror. The figure of the youth is like a god at this moment, the god who dominates this world. After a pump, the young man just shook slightly and disappeared, as if he had never appeared here before. But the huge palm prints in the valley and the dead corpse spirit race showed that everything just now was not an illusion, but a real thing. Who is this person? Why is he so strong? The power of his palm is not inferior to the Palace Master Qian of the Shadow Moon Palace, right? It is said that Palace Master Qian is already a powerhouse of the Void King realm. Is there a second Void King realm in our shadowed star? No. 5 months ago, the old man was fortunate enough to have seen Palace Master Qian's shocking methods, but it seems to be slightly less than this palm. How is it possible? Could it be said that he is stronger than Palace Master Qian? I don't believe it. Haha, I know who that person is. That is Sect Master Yang. I saw him once before, and he was still in Dragon Cave Mountain at that time. Is he the Sect Master of High Heaven Sect? It suddenly dawned on everyone that the rumors were true. It is not unreasonable that the High Heaven Sect can become one of the most powerful sects of the Shadowed Star. With such a powerful Sect Master, why worry about the sect being unhappy? Let's talk less gossip. There are still a few miscellaneous fish that have not been cleaned up. Sect Master Yang helped us solve the biggest problem. We can't bother him to come back and take another palm with the rest. A group of powerful people nodded their heads and stepped forward one after another, and one by one looked at the few surviving corpse spirit race unkindly, and slowly approached. They knew they will be shot to death. Looking at the people gathered from all directions, those corpse spirit race thought in their hearts. Yang Kai experienced all the conveniences after becoming the Star Master, and couldn't help but feel a little ecstatic. No wonder the strong powerhouse of the Third Order Void King realm are all aiming to refine the Star Source and becoming the Star Master. This is really very convenient. Once you become the Star Master of a certain cultivation star, what you want and what you can think of doing and moving, you can instantly reach any place of the cultivation star, which is much more convenient and faster than using the space law formation. To be continued.